The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
You are listening to the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. 4 beer with a sports talk and a whole lot more. We are part of the Belly Up Sports Network. Listen in as Brent and Dave invite you to belly up to the bar with them to talk about everything in the world of sports, just like you would do at your favorite watering hole. It's sports, beer, and shenanigans, so belly up to the bar with us, grab a beverage, and let's get into it. The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beer with sports talk and a whole lot more. Episode number 380 something. I didn't actually check today. We do so many of these damn things. But anyways, tonight's show, as always, is brought to you by SeatGeek.com and the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek. Remember, we are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Go to bellyupsports.com to check out other great articles and podcasts, such as the Belly Up Super Show we did last night for opening day eve for Major League Baseball happened last night. Vince, Kevin, and Aaron joined me on that show. I had a lot of fun last night. We had a few trips down memory lane, and we had a few talking about the baseball present to baseball past. I had a lot of fun talking baseball last night. Just some some guys talking just baseball talk. It was great. And thank you to everybody who listens to our show each and every day, whether it be on podcast form or over there on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that if you get a chance tonight or tomorrow, whenever this gets out there. Dave, it's been a day, man. It's go ahead. Sorry.
Happy opening day.
Hey, thanks, man. It's big
one
day.
of your days. It means a lot more to you than it does to me. I am a fan, but you're an Uber fan.
No, I've actually got a couple.
Happy opening day.
Thank you very much, Dave. Opening day, it's Christmas morning for baseball fans everywhere, and I got a couple of games on that I didn't get to see today that are up here down in the tavern. Caught the end of the Yankee game today. They ended up winning 5-4. Dave, you can't win 162 if you don't win the first one. So the opening day's a success. I know they're not going to win 162, but winning your first one, it's way better than losing the first one.
I'm taking 100% credit for that, because I did the jinx on you guys. When you guys were down 4-0. When I say you guys, I mean the Yankees. I shouldn't say you guys. I try not to do that when I talk about the teams I cheer for. But the Yankees were down 4-0, and I go, well, season's fucked. And then next time I checked, I was at work, and I had a day at work too. It was it's full moonish around here, because people are emotional, people are expectational, whatever. So I was only able to tap in every now and then as to the scores. And then all of a sudden it's like 5-4 Yankees. And I was like, shit, I fucking reverse jinxed it. So you're welcome, you and all the Yankee fans that that follow me, that see me, you're welcome. I reverse jinxed it, and I'm not going to do it again.
I'll have to pass that on to the fan of the van, Jim and E-Man, tomorrow night. I'm sitting in with them for half an hour or so tomorrow night to talk some Yankee baseball and opening night for on Cigar and Sports. And so that should be a lot of fun to sit with those guys and talk some Yankee baseball and not have sitting around the Yankee guys. It's one thing. I don't care. Like I'm not the rah. They're going to win every year. But sometimes you sit around baseball fans like I did last night. Everybody's like, Yankees suck. Yeah, I know. Because I'm the first to say they're not that good. They won today, and it's great. They're one step closer than the Houston Astros to a World Series.
Yeah, there's a 3-way tie for first place in the AL East.
And that's what opening day is all about. It's Easter weekend, so it's another bonus, and get to sit around and watch the games. Spring's coming. Yeah, it's a nice way that they worked it out this year to have opening day. Not I'm talking the whatever calendar we talked about the other night. That the way it all worked out. What is the calendar?
The lunar calendar
No, the one that says Easter's this day and Easter's this one.
Yeah, that's like the lunar calendar, and that's like how religious holidays are figured out, because they've been doing it before fucking calendars are around. They just follow the moon cycles, right? So
yeah, like
I don't know.
She must have been a full moon around Lethbridge, Alberta today, because a lot of stuff was going sideways in my world, your world. But we're here now. We're here now to entertain the masses, and that's the important thing.
I love entertaining masses. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. I don't love entertaining the masses. I love talking to you and talking about the sports of the day, and just putting our little spin on whatever the fuck is going on in this wacky world.
It's our unique little spin. Is kind of how I when I go on to a show or something with somebody, and they go, "That's Dave and I put our unique little spin on things." On Mondays and Thursday nights, as we're doing tonight. Anyways, like you said, Dave, she was opening day today in Major League Baseball, but I knew it was, you knew it was, but in general, there was opening day 4 days ago, and nobody knew. Nobody watched. And
nobody knew.
Will never.
Baseball fans didn't know.
I will, and I'm a baseball guy, and I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. to watch the Ohtani-led Los Angeles Dodgers and everything else, and on and on. Not going to get into that because that thing's been beaten to death. That's going to get swept under the rug, I think. But anyways, Major League Baseball has a major marketing problem. They just don't do enough to bring other people in, and I don't understand why they think that they are the king and the regional, and on it goes, because the regional sports kick that they try to get goes away once you get past a certain a state line down in the United States, because college baseball does quite well in the SEC and everything else, and Major League Baseball has taken a back step. I don't want to say they're 2 or 3 or 4, because we know NFL's number 1, but Major League Baseball, fuck, do they blow it?
They completely blow it, because this is what confuses me about Major League Baseball, is because they have the tradition of baseball, right? Everybody has a favorite baseball team. Like, when I say everybody, people like our age and older, like everybody has a favorite baseball player. Once you get younger than us, then you have a favorite baseball player, not a favorite baseball team. Why doesn't, like, opening day should be pomp and circumstance? It should be shit going on. It should be the Macy's balloon parade. It should be this. They should have the Yankees and the Bo Sox on free network television. Like just put it on TV like March Madness. Like, I don't understand why there isn't baseball, like Christmas Day football, like Christmas Day basketball. Like, why don't they have this plastered all over as much free TV, network TV as you can? But no, they'll put 20 fucking games at 2:00 and 20 fucking games at 5:00, and then you got your regional
during
coverage.
the NCAA tournament.
Yes. It's, there's a word I wanted to use, but it's just who the fuck runs the fucking marketing of Major League Baseball?
It's unbelievable.
I don't fucking get it.
You talk about the having a game on, it should be free. The Major League Baseball game, a free game of the day, was the Yankees Astros, but if you are in an area that gets if you have the app, or you don't, it's free. And then, but if you live in a certain area that has the Yes Network and you don't subscribe, it's not free. It's a blank screen. So we talked about last year how you Dave can't see Blue Jays games on the app because you live in Canada, so you can't watch. You and Jasper can't watch Jays games unless you watch on Rogers. But if you don't have cable, which maybe it's like a lot of people don't anymore, because they stream everything, baseball you can't watch the team, which is supposed to be Canada's team. You, Dave, because I know you find ways to do things, but if you're not a cable subscriber, you can't watch the Jays play in Canada if you don't have Rogers Sportsnet.
It's unbelievable how they trip on themselves, and like they're making enough money. And it's not like they're. Like, I know that the TV deal signed. Like it's not a big deal. The baseball team in Canada, the Jays, are owned by the network, so they're fine. If
Yes.
there's 6,000 people who do what you do, they're not losing anything. The money's there. No one's
Yes.
no. I don't think anybody's trying to usurp the system by going in that direction. Like nobody's trying to outthink the other. They're just trying to save a couple bucks of their own. They're not saying, "Well, okay, I got them. I got them. I got away where I don't got to fucking pay Rogers." But oh, they got me. Like no one's doing that. They're just trying to save money for themselves.
But like on opening day, sorry, excuse me. On opening, on opening day, like what are you doing here? Like this is a day to celebrate the baseball. It's a day to celebrate the game. Expose it to everybody as much as you can. And then, when you and I were kids, what sports did we watch? We watched the sports that Dad wanted to watch because there was only 3 channels, and like obviously it wasn't.
There's only one TV in the house.
Yeah, and it wasn't accessible as it is right now. But then, how are you breeding the kids? Like my son didn't watch a baseball game today because, well, A, he was at school, and B, when he got home, he was doing something else. Like he how is Jasper gonna consume his baseball in 15 years from now? And he's 13 now. So when he's 28, like is he just gonna be checking scores on his betway.com app or like what's he gonna do? Or is he gonna be someone that wants to actually sit and watch a baseball game in front of a TV? Because I don't know how many people actually watch baseball in front of TV unless you're in the regional market anymore.
And even then, I mean, I agree. Like I'll watch. Like I got 3 on right now from like some older ones from earlier on today. But but I'm an outlier. Like you have guys. And when Aaron was on the Belly Up show last night, and he's 26, 27, whatever he is, he said like a lot of his buddies don't watch because they didn't play. They were football guys in high school, and he played high school baseball, so he's a baseball guy. Like baseball doesn't reach out and grab you anyway and saying you should watch this. It's fun, it's great, it's good. They just expect people to but less and less people play baseball now. And football, like if you're a football player in high school, you're going to watch football. And I get it. And if you're not an athlete in any of those sports when you're in high school or in junior high, where it might be, you're going to attach yourself to something that's in front of your face all the time. And that's what the NFL has done. The NFL, we talk about this. I'm not the biggest NFL guy. I'll watch it, but it's big because it's big. And I think we've agreed on that it grabs people because it's in your face all the time. So it's just on, so you watch it. Not to diehards, but to the outliers. And baseball doesn't do that. Baseball doesn't reach for the outliers, whereas that's what football did by going after people, being in your face all the time. Like there's these mock drafts and on it goes, that you're like, okay, it's not football season. I could give a shit about, like me, Brent, could give a shit about a mock draft, whereas there's guys like they're into it for whatever reason. I'm not besmirching them at all because we don't besmirch Thursdays, but baseball doesn't go that extra mile to bring in that secondary fan.
It's not even going the extra mile. Baseball doesn't take the plate that's given to them. Opening day has been a thing for 120 years.
When you say opening day, Dave, it's one sport.
It's
opening day is
one
not
sport.
hockey. Opening day is not football. Opening day is not basketball. Opening day, and no matter what level you're at, if you have opening day with the Lethbridge Bulls, we're promoting opening day. With when it's Little League baseball, it's opening day because that's when it's opening day.
It's an event.
Opening day is a baseball term. It's a baseball term, and it got like, why the fuck Why? I know that there's TV and things and stuff. I get a little bit, but they had a perfect opportunity for Friday to start series on a Friday. It's Good Friday. Yes, it's that day, and I'm not a really.
Oh, they're playing tomorrow anyways. It has nothing to do
Some
with.
teams are, some teams aren't, but have every team playing tomorrow. People aren't at work. You got days off because it's a holiday, whatever it is. Nobody's going to, like, people aren't going to church. They're going to church of baseball. Have opening day on Good fucking Friday. I shouldn't have said that. On Good Friday. Why not?
Well, no. What you exactly you're saying? No.
You got more people who can go to the game. You got more kids who can watch the game because they're not in school. So why not have opening day on Good Friday?
On Saturday. No. Have opening day on Saturday between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. That's opening day. Everybody, you do your church shit. You do all your fucking whatever you want to do. Do that on Friday. And everybody has nothing to do on Saturday. And then Easter Sunday, it's going to be a drop off anyways because it's
no matter what
the Sunday. Yeah, but they do it on the Easter Saturday. Nobody has anything to do. You can't blame it on church. You can't blame it on work. Get to a fucking game. It was perfect.
And be able to watch it.
It was the perfect fucking opportunity for Major League Baseball to make it a fucking national event. And then, like, you know what? I don't care that the March Madness is going on. We've been doing this longer than March Madness.
If you're a baseball guy, you're not a basketball guy.
For four fucking games, you can watch it on your phone from the park because we all got Wi-Fi. We all got you can bet on your fucking NCAA games. These fucking morons that are running Major League Baseball are doing the game a disservice every single fucking year. And it pisses me off because I'm not hardcore like you are. And I get a little bit worked up when I see how bad Major League Baseball is fucking this up. Like, how are you bringing fans into this? You're not. You don't give a shit, and you're just gonna say, "Okay, fuck. Well, here we are. It's not opening day. Here's the first day of the season."
Well, and that's just it. They had the first day of the season. They had opening day in Korea.
Like the first day of the season was last week. Yeah.
Like today was like, why? Use your head for more than a fucking hat rack. Like, and then you have two teams. You have two teams that were in Korea. I think it was in Korea, wasn't it? Yeah. See, I don't know what I heard.
Yeah, and it was Dodgers, Padres. Yeah.
So you have two West Coast teams that, other than like the people care about the Dodgers on the East Coast, not as much, but they do. So you have two West Coast teams playing at fucking 3 a.m. or 7. What is 7? I got reversed.
Whatever.
At 7 a.m. So you have teams that nobody cares about because nobody cares about the Padres, and only X amount of people care about the Dodgers. Starting at 7 a.m. Eastern time. You're not getting a lot of people watching that shit. You're not.
And even baseball fans, I listen to podcasts.
People don't stay up during baseball season to watch the Dodgers and the Padres play when it's at 10 at night, or even on a Sunday night game at 8 o'clock at night. They're not doing it. During the season. They're not.
East Coast fans will stay up to watch a West Coast. If you're the fan of a West Coast team and you live on the East Coast, you're gonna stay up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning twice a year. But then like if you're a Dodgers fan and they're playing over there, and so you're getting up at
4:30.
It's stupid.
4:30 to watch your team. So you lose. If you're a diehard, you lose 2 games or whatever they play. Like they play 2, right? So you lose 2 games that you can't get back. Yeah, you can watch it on the MLB app on Apple TV and everything else, but you lose those 2 games that don't get the same juice. So your opening day is already gone. It's gone.
So
your first game is gone. It's it's stupid.
So stupid.
Like
I don't get it. Why does Major League Baseball decide to stay on their dick? I was listening to a podcast today about unwritten rules and like, what are we supposed to know what unwritten rules are? You know what you're not supposed to know about unwritten rules is because it's everything baseball's taking out of baseball. So for good or bad, right? You can't take out the shortstop, second baseman on a double play. You can't do that anymore. You can't take out the catcher on the thing, on a play at the plate. You got to give them a path, and it's all about player preservation, right? And which I kind of get, but once again, we've been playing this game for 130 years, and in the last 10 is now that we're gonna start to decide where we can legislate, and sorry,
go ahead.
I know, and then backflipping and stuff like that. There is a line there someplace, and I don't know, and I'm okay with that line being gray. But if you're gonna play hard, play hard. If you're not gonna play hard, then just fucking strike out or hit a home run and sit on the fucking bench, you bitch. That pisses me off. There's a part of baseball with these unwritten rules which are garbage, but there's also a part where I think it's becoming a little bit soft.
I'm not pro player at all. I'm not against them, but I'm not for them to the extent where we need to change the unwritten rules and the sanctity of in any sport, whether it be like you look at the rules, those new rules that the hip tackle in football that got passed this week. Maybe we'll get into that next segment, but at the end of the day, these guys, and I'm not saying take away these athletes' right to make a living. I'm not saying take away these athletes' right to playing in a safer environment. But these guys know or knew, actually, let's change this. These guys used to know, they used to know what they were getting into. They used to know that it was an honor to play this game. It was because they were highly replaceable. They used to know, and this is every sport, not just baseball and hockey and football. They used to know that every time you stepped on the playing field, the court, whatever it might be, there was a risk. But they were willing to take that risk to be a professional athlete, to make some money, and on it goes. And it was one of those things that you just go. Now they're making it kind of a entitlement once you're in the league that you'll be in the league forever, because now you're taking away a certain skill set from some players. That if they have this, they can't be part of the league anymore. If they do this, they can't be part of this league anymore. Like now, how many guys who aren't as fast, who can't whatever the hip tackle, maybe that was some guy's skill set. Not now it's a penalty, so now he's not part of it. Where if you in baseball, if a guy was just a hard nosed old school player who slid in hard and ruffled things up a little bit, and a bulldog of a player, and now he's not part of it anymore. So now it's all about exit velocity and everything else. Sports used to be about the guys who persevered from when they were 5 years old to becoming an athlete. There is some God-given talent there, but I think with all these new rules, the unwritten rules that they're getting, I miss the unwritten rules being followed, because then you would get one in the ear sometimes. But I also think that a lot of athletes now, they're getting they get on more because there is no unwritten rules being followed.
I 100% the what I was thinking when you were talking about what you were talking about there is like fake tough guys. Oh, it's so tough, but they're taking real tough guys out of the sport by sliding in hard and then charging the mound. Like, who's going to charge the mound? Like, no one's going to ever charge the mound anymore. Like, it's kind of like fighting in hockey. shit happens, and then there's going to be a fight, and then occasionally there's going to be a bench clearing brawl. You know, that shit happens when you're playing for keeps and
What was wrong with it?
Like, what was wrong with that? Like,
what was wrong with it?
You know, and like, so like that the hard slide in a second to break up a double play. Like, why can't we do that anymore? They don't do that anymore.
Like, what was wrong with defending your teammate? What was wrong with that?
Yeah,
what
as
was
long
wrong
as you
if there was this little prick running around the ice fucking sticking guys? What was wrong with fucking pitchforking that little prick and throwing him in the third row?
Or just fucking grabbing him and throwing him to the ice.
And like I said, what was wrong with guys knowing that they were taking an inherent risk to do something they love, but making a ton of money? What was wrong with that? What was wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with it.
There was the fighting thing. We had some suicides, and there was something 2010, I think it was. It was bad. I get it. But
it's not that, right?
Those guys took an inherent risk when they were doing it.
We're not asking teams to play like the Philadelphia Flyers of the 70s, right?
No.
Like the Broad Street. We're not asking that. But we like, I have no problems with players of any sport policing themselves. And they're bringing that out because, like, that's what Major League Baseball has done. Like, with the sliding into the catcher and the Buster Posey. Was that the one that broke his leg? And the Buster Posey rule. And I understand how
Chase Utley into second base broke someone. Yeah, there was a thing.
Right, you know, and that does happen, and it can go wrong sometimes, and you know, that's a thing. Like, you can go to review tape. Like, was it egregious? If it was egregious, then you're ejected, and then whatever, the suspension. Let the league office take. But you should be allowed to, like, slide into second base to break up a double play with your arms in the air. And it's like, as long as you don't have a fucking cleat aimed at the guy's junk, like, break up a double play. That's fucking baseball. Break up a fucking double play. I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. In hockey,
there's rules you got to slide in or out and outside or through the bag. And it's
Christ.
Like
but were the simple things, like you said the other day, like, you know, have the softball two sides of first base, so you don't have collisions at first base, right? That one makes sense.
That one makes sense.
Because that makes fucking sense. But, like, trying to break up a double play, sliding into second base, nope, you're out, both out, double play. Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Sports do stupid things I don't even know why they're doing these stupid things, because they're actually detracting from the things that make their sport great. And the things that make sport great is one-on-one competition and trying to win.
Now, is it, Dave? Now, let's go counterpoint here. Is it the players' union, because these guys are making dough, they get in? Is the players' union saying it's unsafe?
Well, absolutely not, because if you want to go to the NFL and that hip drop tackle, all the owners wanted to ban it, and the players' union said no, keep it in here. How the fuck are you supposed to tackle the NFL anymore?
Because once again, I'm not the biggest NFL guy. I watch just enough to make me dangerous, and I'm thinking, aren't all tackles that way? Not all, but you know what I mean? Like, aren't 75% of tackles that kind of thing? So now what? So now you got to So now you got to run around, get in front of the guy, and come back the other way to tackle a guy?
Well, then that's the thing. You're just going to have to tackle him and take the penalty, because if you're a 195-pound guy trying to tackle a 260 guy, how else are you supposed to tackle him?
Jump on his back and hope for the best.
No, you got to grab onto his belt and just drop to the ground. Like, that's the only way to tackle a man of that fucking size.
I honestly believe that that sports is being wussified with all these different rules and everything else. I know you want You want you don't want your little boy getting hurt, but you know what? When your little boy signs and this is not at you, but like I'm just saying this in general. When your little boy decides he's going to be a Major League Baseball player, National Hockey League player, NFL or whatever it might be, he's not a little boy anymore, and he signed a contract for a lot of money. And to do something like that, there's an inherent risk, and it's just one of those things that you know what, this is what it is. He decided to do this. It's no different than if you're this might be I don't think it's a stretch. When you're a tradesman and you're an iron worker and you're climbing fucking 50 stories in the air catching steel, you signed up for that.
You know what?
You know that where the problems were. Yes, there's safety. There's things going on here and there. It might be, but you knew when you decided to do this for a living that these were the issues that might happen. So I think it's ridiculous that they keep changing these fucking rules for these for people for these multimillionaires, because you know what, the sport will survive. There will be more there'll be other hockey players that come in and take that guy's spot. There will be fucking other basketball players, other football players, other hockey players, whatever it might be. They will come in and take that spot. So they shouldn't change the game just because of a few people, because once again, the show might be called the inherent risk. These guys know maybe they don't. Maybe they don't know, because guys fucking 30 years ago, they knew they might get popped in the face by Wendell Clark. They knew they might get fucking plunked in the face by Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura goes out there and gets in a fucking fight with him. Bad decision, but like they knew that.
And it was and that's the thing now with the changes to baseball and to football now on this latest one. We're not talking about, I'm all for limiting head injuries. I'm all for it. We have talked before, like those hits 20 years ago that I thought those were the coolest fucking things in the world. Now when I
agree on that.
Oh, like you like head hunting and doing the I get it. Like in hockey and football, I get it. Like you can't target the head, and these guys are fucked up. And football and hockey has seen so many of the retired superstars taking their own lives because they're these CTE things. And
we lost Chris Simon this week.
We lost Chris Simon. He took his own life, and and that's a tragedy, because every one of these I won't say everyone, but a lot of these people that whether they be football stars or hockey stars are taking their own life, and then from head trauma. This hip drag tackle. This is now we're spraining an ankle. We're breaking. Like you honestly, yes. Like so now what? Like we're not. This isn't life.
It's not life ending.
No,
it's not life ending. If a guy breaks his ankle or tears his Achilles on a hip drag tackle, he ain't losing his fucking life.
And honestly, how the fuck is it?
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, and he's done.
How's an 185-pound guy supposed to take down a 265-pound tailback? Tight end, right? Like, how else are you supposed to fucking do it? Like, give me the fucking logic here. And I don't understand. I don't like, and this is the owners and the players union said, no, we don't want to do this.
Because it's taking jobs away.
Well, it's not taking jobs away. It's actually creating more jobs, because when someone tears their Achilles, then, and you know why? They have to do this hip drop tackle because they don't allow these tackles and these tackles. The NFL is the fucking king, and I don't understand what those motherfucker owners. I wish I didn't love their product so much, because I hate the owner so much. I hate every owner of every NFL team.
No, the thing is, I was watching Crap Root Sports the other night, and Scott, smart guys, they were talking about this exact thing. We didn't mean to get to this way, but this is what it was. And he said the league's getting to a point now where it's with all these rules, and they were talking about this hip drag tackle. And he said, it's getting to a point now where, like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, all these rules, like what's next and what's next, and like if you can't do this and then this, like now you can't tackle a guy, because that, to me, that's just a tackle.
How else are you supposed to tackle a guy? If a guy is bigger and stronger than you and he has the ball in his hands, how are you supposed to tackle him?
If you're chasing him, Dave, it's something as simple as you're chasing a guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in front of him, if it's not head to head, if you're chasing a person, how the fuck are you supposed to tackle a person? I've never played a game of football in my life.
Grab him by the legs.
To me, the easiest way to tackle a guy is you're chasing and you got a lot of shit going through your head. I got to get this guy because my job depends on it. My wife's mad if I don't get him. And Taylor Swift's in the fucking audience. And I'm going to jump wherever I can to grab this guy because he's faster than me because he's already in front of me. I'm going to grab this motherfucker and bring him down.
He's bigger, stronger, faster. I got a chance.
I'm not aiming for his head. I am just literally grasping for dear life.
I'm grabbing his waistband and I'm gonna fall down. And you know what? As long as I don't let go of his waistband,
because if I lunge for his feet, it's too late.
Yeah, I don't understand what the fucking owners think they're doing with this rule. I don't. Like, how can they think this is a good idea? Like, is this a Travis Kelce rule? I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. Who do the owners think they're protecting by doing this? Like, I have no fucking clue. This one's a really big head scratch to me. A really big head scratch. Like, what do they want to see the sport turn into? Like, how are you supposed to fucking tackle them?
And that's what Scott was saying tonight on Crap Brew Sports. Basically, like, so what's next? What's next?
So you know what? If I can't hip tackle a guy,
there's already enough penalties in the NFL. The games they become snore fest at times. Like penalty. So now a guy who's been in the NFL for, let's say, 10 years. So then he played 4 years of college and plus high school and plus Pop Warner and on it goes. A guy who's been playing in the NFL football for 18 years, let's just say. So he's been tackling a certain way for 18 years. He just has to just change it overnight. It doesn't work that way. Muscle is a thing.
And you know what? I think about it too. Like, you know, how are they going to call it? Is it going to be like, like ticky tacky? This one, yeah, there was kind of a hip drag tackle. This one kind of wasn't a hip drag tackle. What if I'm going to DB now? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to horse tackle every motherfucker. Fucking drag him down. Fucking, that's a 15-yard penalty. I don't give a fuck.
Same penalty.
I can't hip tackle him anymore. So you know what? I'm going to face mask him. I'm going to horse tackle him because, you know, you fuckers, like, how else am I supposed to get tackle? I'm going to get a penalty anyways. So I am going to fucking injure this motherfucker because you don't let me do anything else. And I see it going that way because I could give a fuck now. Like, how am I supposed to tackle this guy? How am I supposed to tackle this guy? He's 5 inches taller and 40 pounds heavier. So I'm just going to put 2 hands on the back of his fucking collar and drag him to the ground. And you know what? I might end his career right now. I might fuck up his head. I might fuck up his ankles. I might fuck up his things because you don't give me any opportunity to be able to tackle him anymore. So
all these rules that come up within football and within hockey and with baseball, and I don't know about basketball, but we'll talk about that in half a second too. Actually, you showed me a graphic about where the shots come from compared to where they were 20, 30 years ago. But it's funny to me that all these leagues say all these rule changes are for player safety. They're lying. They're
total fucking bullshitters.
They're lying. It's all for more offense and more offense because offense allegedly they think brings more ass to the seats. And I don't think that's true. I think like when I know a 1-0 baseball game isn't the sexiest thing in the world, but for a baseball savant like myself, it's pretty great. When you watch an NFL football game, when you get a couple of teams that's with the football savants when it was a 10-7 game and defense is doing great. It's fun to watch. Edge your seat stuff, and with hockey, with the different penalties and the rules that penalties are with the headshots and on it goes. It was to create more offense. Every single rule that gets created in sports, it's not for player safety, and they mask it that way. It's to create more offense because that they try to bring the external fans in for more excitement, and that's where like actual sports fans they see through it, and the leagues need to realize that like we're smarter than them when it comes to this stuff.
Where did the leagues think they're creating their new fans? And that's the thing that makes me scratch my head a little bit. It's like, how are you producing the new fan? Like you're with your apps and everything like that. You're the I'll say 20 to 30-year-olds, right? Like are a little bit like even though I'm in my 50s, I like to think I'm a wee bit tech savvy. I know how to operate apps. I know how to sign up for that kind of fucking shit. But then now, how are you developing a fan base anymore? Because all these apps and shit that you want, the kids, they need their parents to sign up for them, right? Like these kids, I don't know where they're consuming their sports anymore.
They're not.
Unless they're playing for it, I don't know how you're becoming a fan. I don't know. Like, sure, you can do your shit online and keep up with your players of whatever team. Like, pick your fucking team. But are you watching it? Are you sitting down with your dad on a Sunday afternoon and watching a game? No, you're not. You're doing shit. Like, I don't understand how. Aside from football, I don't have a fucking clue how these sports things. I think NHL is actually doing a better job than Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is run by goddamn morons.
It ain't good. Like it's
terrible.
Things. Yeah, it's odd. The whole thing is odd. You don't understand. I don't understand. I will never understand why there was a need to change everything as much as they did. I will never understand that. And like it was, well, actually, I'll say it right now. It's because of money. Like the money got so big for TV contracts that they were paying players a ton. So now the players have a different sense of being because it's all about money and everything else. Money really, really, really hurt professional sports.
But I think this is going to be the biggest comeuppance for Major League Baseball because, what was it? Was it Bally Sports that went tits up and lost all that regional coverage and all this and that and that's going to take money away from baseball. And where is baseball, honestly, developing a market? Like, NHL has. They're not huge in the United States, but they do have a very loyal following, and in this, with baseball, they've had 100-year head start, but they just do everything they can to kind of piss off their fans a little bit, and I don't understand. I just don't fucking understand. I listen to our podcast and I say I just don't fucking get it way too many times.
You listen to this shit?
Occasionally. And
I never listen to this shit.
I say I just don't fucking get it. And I'll get to it in a little bit later. We'll talk about that later on.
I think the biggest thing that to me is that I don't understand is that the actual games in every sport are not better. They're not. They're not
better, or they're not better, or they're not more entertaining.
They're not better or entertaining.
See, but I think that's where NFL actually does deliver, because they are entertaining, and it is a little bit
You're
better.
an NFL hugger, though.
I know what I like. That's what I say.
Have 22 guys in the field having a crap on the field, and you'd fucking watch that.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
It's 48% true.
It's not 48% true. It's like 2% true. I don't like, if it's a dog, it's a dog. I don't watch every Denver Bronco game. I don't watch it for the sake of watching it. When I do my Sunday routine, I look at the scores and I see what's good, and then that's the game I'm gonna watch. Major League Baseball is different because it is a slower sport. It's a love of the game. That's the only thing you can do. And today's youth, including my son, that fucking kid of mine, he always has something on his phone ready to go. Right? If this game sucks, I'm going to be watching fucking something on Netflix or a YouTube video. We're going to do this, something that's more entertaining.
This is too much, right?
And I think baseball, being a slower sport as to what it is they're going to have a comeuppance. Like, I don't understand how baseball thinks it's going to keep being dominant, because their tradition of the American pastime can't last forever.
No, they're blowing it. There's no getting around that. I mean, the stadiums are all full today, obviously, opening day. And
No, they weren't. No, I was fucking watching a bit of that Jays game. That was far from a sellout in Tampa Bay.
Well, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Well, it's Canada's baseball team was in Tampa Bay for opening day, and they may have had 40%. So 40% capacity.
You can't expect fucking half of Canada to go and fill the fucking the Trop.
Well, maybe that's why they did it, because they hoped all those East Coasters that
probably hoping snowbirds to go down there.
No, yeah, the snowbirds are back home, right?
Yeah. No, it's
idiots. Yeah. Baseball. Whoever's running Major League Baseball is a fucking moron.
They should call Brent at Bulls World Headquarters. I'll straighten that one out too. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, for Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. This segment was brought to you by SeatGeek.com and the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on some baseball tickets this Easter weekend, Dave. Take the family out, go to a game, and have a good time.
Opening weekend, you can still go to Mets games tomorrow, and I think Philly. Get them there. Get your opening day tickets.
Because they were rained out.
Rained out.
Are you thinking of going to a game or a concert in the coming days ahead, or do you already have tickets and want to upgrade where you're sitting? It's simple. Go to SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app. They have tickets for all sports going on right now, as well as concert tickets to shows throughout North America. And to make things even better, use promo code 1420pod, that's 1420pod, and receive $20 off your first purchase. Once again, that's promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app.
The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, for Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. This segment is brought to you by Righteous Felon Jerky. Go to righteousfelon.com and use promo code belly up at righteousfelon.com and get yourself 15% off the best in craft beef jerky in the land over there at Righteous Felon. And get the best beef jerky there is out there. Dave is a connoisseur. Other friends of the show have reached out and they say they love it. So go to righteousfelon.com. Coming to Canada soon, but make sure if you're going down the States, find yourself an address and get yourself to some Righteous Felon jerky.
Just grab yourself the tester pack, and then they have mini packs, and just grab them all. There's, I think, 10, 12 flavors. You're gonna find a couple you like. You're not gonna like every flavor, but you know what you're gonna like? It's the consistency of the jerky. Their actual jerky procurement process is tits.
Friend of the show, Vince Stover, who was on the Belly Up Super Show last night, baseball Super Show. He says he actually fawns over it. He revels in it. Like it's just so good
because he gets a little bit dewy.
Yeah, he works by himself, so he's got bags. He says he loves it. And Vince is a good guy. I like Vince quite a bit. He's a really good guy, friend of the show. I like Vince quite a bit. Dave,
find your flavor and just make it work, man.
Dave, I think I actually I'm actually we were talking off air before the segment started that about wrestling and WrestleMania and everything else. I actually did some thinking back in my head. I actually think it was WrestleMania 3 was actually 38 years ago to the day. Like I'm not kidding around. I could be wrong, but I'm just trying to just do math in my head and what was going on. I probably could have looked it up and made this more official. But it was 38 years ago, at the very least, 38 years ago this week, that WrestleMania 3 happened, where Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant squared off the Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, suburb of Detroit. And the greatest wrestling match I ever saw in my life was the Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in WrestleMania 3. And I think it was this day today in 1986. I could be wrong, but for some reason that's sticking out in my head. Man, oh man. And I went to Calgary with Aaron Platz and Stu Hahn. Aaron Platz's mom drove us up there, and we had front row seats to watch it in the Saddle Dome on closed circuit TV. And we paid $12 or whatever it was, but it was on.
But you drove 2 hours
we drove 2 hours because there's no pay-per-view back then. There was no streaming or whatever it was, right? So yeah,
but that was pay-per-view. That was the original pay-per-view.
It was. We drove up there, and like someone's mom drove 3 or 4 of us up there to fucking sit in there. We had front row seats to watch it on the big screen. To watch fake shit. We did. We were on the floor watching unbelievable.
Would have your experience been any worse if you were like 8th row seats?
It would have been better. My neck wouldn't have been creaked.
I remember that. Obviously, I remember that too. I'm a couple years older than you. Like the WrestleMania, we never saw anything. We didn't find out what happened on WrestleMania until Monday Night Raw.
Whatever, yeah.
Or whatever. Like, I don't even know if we had Monday Night Raw. Like,
no, you wouldn't know back then, 83, 84, 85. You wouldn't know till Superstars of Wrestling fucking on Saturday afternoon a week later.
I'm going to tell you this. I remember, like they got it up pretty quick, and so I rented the videotape of WrestleMania from, I know exactly where I told you where. It was by Pop's Pub North. Obviously, it's not a video store anymore. But that location, that's where I rented WrestleMania, and me and like 5 buddies, we watched fucking WrestleMania where Hulk Hogan actually body slammed Andre the Giant. But that was a fucking epic WrestleMania. That's where the Bulldogs were there. The Bulldogs won the British Bulldogs won the title. They beat it. They took it off from Greg the Hammer Valentine and
the Dream Team.
But I don't think he was the barber. He was just Brutus Beefcake at the time, and that was
became the barber until he was a good guy.
Oh yeah, there was. I remember the guy. I can't remember his name right now. He had the chain around his neck. It's not important. That WrestleMania 3 brought. It was just so fucking awesome. So now what are we at? So now we're like
the Macho Man Savage.
50?
The Macho Man Savage, we got his revenge. When Steamboat got his revenge for getting his his quote unquote larynx crushed on a fucking Saturday afternoon by Savage.
Where Macho like gave him the elbow with the ring bell.
Yeah, and
Remember
got
that?
it.
Yeah.
And got him, and then Steamboat was doing the fucking funky chicken on the tarmac there. Like, holy Christ! And then what a match that was, though. Like that one brought the house down at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta, and I was there front and center. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I mean, I was 12, but
Professional wrestling as a kid was so cool to me, whether it be on TV, and then I went to a bunch of it too. Up into my mid-20s, I saw a lot of it live, and then as I got a little bit older, I still watched, and it got stale. It really did get stale with this whole Hogan going to. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It does. When Hogan went to he formed NWO with and all that kind of shit. And what resurrected the WWE, it was a little bit Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I get that. It was an entertaining product. The Attitude Era. DX DX and a lot. It was a lot of TNA, but then you didn't get a real good fucking rivalry until you got The Rock and Stone Cold with Vince McMahon in there, and that fucking revived it. And I think this is just my opinion. And that fucking kicked ass. That was so funny. The Rock was so funny behind the mic, and so was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Great. And now, now we're talking another 20 years past that. This was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When The Rock was a champ, and I see on the Twitter, I'm not a wrestling guy. I can't remember. I've never seen John Cena wrestle. I've never seen who's the champ? Roman Reigns. I've never seen him wrestle. Who's this? Cody Rhodes. I've never seen him wrestle.
The only reason why I know Cody Rhodes is because his dad was the Dusty, right?
Dusty Rhodes. And then that's he's gonna finish his journey or whatever the fuck they do, and then everybody's. Well, when I say everybody, I don't know fucking shit, but I see on my Twitter feed about Rock stealing the Thunders. Rock's doing this. Rock's doing that. Like, why can't Rock just let these guys do it? Because Rock is a partial owner of this fucking shit now because he's in bed with everything that owns everything. And he brings someone like me to actually care about it. And then I see Rock the mic. No one rocks the mic like fucking The Rock.
And that's the thing, David.
He's so funny. He's bringing the old boys back. It's like we were talking early. He's bringing old school baseball players back into the new school and just just give it a watch and see what we have to say here.
And that's the thing is why not bring a guy like the fucking not just that, but the Rock got invited back because the other guys maybe don't got it, right? Because the Rock was so good on the mic and everything else. Ex Calgary Stampeder for a week and a half, ex Miami Hurricane and everything else. Could you imagine how his life would have changed if he made the Stampeders that year?
For the worst.
He'd be selling cars for Davis and Airdrie right now, for fuck's sakes. What he be?
His best news in '92 would have been his worst news in 2020.
When he fucking said you made the team, hey, and then
hooray!
36 years later or 32 years later, oh fuck, I'm still selling cars. I mean, which isn't a bad living. It's not, but yeah.
Well, he's a charismatic individual. I imagine he'd be a pretty fucking good car salesman.
He'd be a good car salesman, yeah. It's just funny how that all turned out for the old Rock when he got cut from the Stampeders. He was probably down in his luck and flew back home to Hawaii to his parents.
I'll go into the family business, yes.
Yeah. So anyways, no, it's if these wrestling fans, I watch, like, I tune in once in a while. Like, it doesn't grab me. It just doesn't grab me like it used to. And it's not because I knew it was fake when this McMahon thing came out. I get it. But after they told us it was fake and the New World Order came out and on and Just Too Sweet, and it was still entertaining. And now you don't see any action. Like, you don't, like, it's all scripted. Not like the matches are scripted more. Is the thing that I don't like, is that they're flipping around and doing this and doing that. It's just you jump here, and I'll do that. Whereas back then, you used to have a guy punching a guy in the face, and fucking knuckle dusters and Cuban assassin punch a guy in the face, and blood everywhere, and then a guy come over here and guy come over there, and it was just better entertainment. And so maybe, like, bringing The Rock back, it might bring some more people back. Like you said, it might bring more people back our age to watch a little bit, because right now
it's totally by me,
less
because when I was in my 20s, I watched Monday Night Raw all the time, and that was the rise of Generation X, and then after that it was Rocky with Rocky Maivia is how we started the Nation of Islam and everything like that. I remember that. And I also remember Stone Cold and whatever. Then that's when the TNA started getting a little bit with what's her name? Sable and Sunny. You even remember Sunny? She was so hot, but she was with a terrible tag.
No, she's really not.
I think she's actually
jail. I think
not with us anymore, but nonetheless,
no, Sunny's around still.
I don't want to bring it that way.
No, Sunny's around still. She's.
I don't watch. I honestly, I don't think I watched.
You know who I liked? Trish Stratus.
Oh, I never dug on her.
Didn't you?
I didn't. No, I didn't dig on her.
Toronto girl, I liked her a lot.
No, she's just too fake. She's just so fake. I would too fake. Who's the one that she actually dated George Clooney for a little bit?
She had the legs. The legs went all the way up to her
shoulders. Yes. I preferred her to Sunny if she wanted to cuddle.
She wanted to cuddle.
Dave,
I met you when you were 25. There was no cuddling.
Oh no, I'm a great cuddler.
Yeah,
I have. But
you fucking
well, now we're talking about cuddling.
Anyway, whatever.
I'm just saying it makes total sense for WWE.
Bring back the old stuff.
Opposite of Major League Baseball. So right, so WWE, which is a scripted product that we are doing everything we can to deliver you the best visual experience, whatever emotional experience that you can have. And we're going to bring back an old guy to bring back guys like you and I, which I'm still not going to watch. But Major League Baseball is just like, okay, fuck. It's opening day tomorrow. Just go watch if you want to watch. Well, we're not going to tell you about it. It's such a huge difference, because a scripted product knows how to deliver their product, and a real product just if you want to watch, you can watch.
What's funny, Dave, is that you talk about the Rock being brought back for shock value and whatever it is, but that's what wrestling used to be. Because with the territory era, guys would be there for 6 to 8 weeks. They come to Calgary, they go to Memphis, they go wherever. They come in, cause a ruckus, win the title. The good guy would beat the bad guy, and the good guy get the title back. That's how it worked, right? Like, you have guys go all over the place, and that's how it worked. And so bringing in The Rock is kind of like that, because you bring The Rock in, he belittles the fucking the good guy, the baby face. He wins, The Rock wins, and then the new guy wins the title back. It's how it works. And that's what used to make wrestling so great, was the dance that happened. Like, you would bring a guy in, and they would script it all and make sure it worked that way. That, okay, Archie the Stomper Goldie would go here, and then this guy would go here, and then Ric Flair would come in, and if this guy was a champion here, then he would face off against fucking Nick Bockwinkel and whatever it might be, right? So, like, if wrestling fan, like, and that's the problem that wrestling has, is that they don't get what the dance was. Once again, we're old. Like, the dance was this: like, guys would come in, and because there was more than one territory, there was the AWA, NWA, and WWE, and then you got the regional stuff, and so you had a lot of shit going on where you're like, well, a new rival comes in, wins the title, and then this guy fucking wins the title back, and then the new guy, he'd fuck off somewhere else. Like, it was just.
I think I disagree with that, though, because on this thing, it's just like Rock is trying to drag into people more of our generation, where it's all scripted.
But he ain't gonna win.
No, for sure he's not gonna win.
Because he's gonna
do. He's gonna do something. He has to, like, when you bring someone in.
There's a lead up.
Like
it'll be a 5-week lead up. It'll be a lead up, but he ain't gonna win.
He'll have 4 fights, and then
face off against who the champion is.
Yeah, and he's gonna upset. He's gonna piss more people off, and he's gonna upset someone else, and he's gonna piss more people off, and then at the very end, something's gonna happen, and he's gonna lose because he doesn't have fucking. He's Dwayne Johnson. That fucker's so busy. I don't even understand how he had so much time.
He's busier than you, Dave.
He's busier than me, and he's jacked. Like, you don't walk around like that without hitting the fucking weights for 4 hours a day.
He sure isn't built like me.
Christ. I have no idea what his daily looks like, but I don't think I want it. Like, even with his bank account, Jesus fucking Christ. And he's a super nice guy. I've never seen an interview with that guy.
He seems nice.
He seems like a really
we really should have him on our show. I think he would like us.
He's not gonna diminish the show. Right?
I think we should allow Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to be on our show.
If he asks us, yes.
He would be one of the bigger guests we've ever had.
I'm just trying to think about the thing. Yeah, he'd for sure be top 3.
Like, he's not like in these parts. He's not bigger than Tom O'Connor.
Nope. Fucking ass kicker, big nasty.
Yeah, he's not bigger than Jim, the fan of the van.
Nope. Probably. I don't know if he has a podcast like Fan of the Van.
Nope.
Because people listen to Fan of the Van.
The Rock would be number 3 for sure.
Okay. Yeah. And if he comes on, we could pump him up a little bit. So.
We'll help him out a little bit with his social media presence and everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Let's get our people to reach out to his people to see if it works for us. Then we'd love to.
If he can make it happen, then or if we can make it happen, he'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
I have no idea.
Like, I'm not bending over backwards for Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, Mondays, Thursdays. That's it. If he does has time in the Mountain Standard, right? His time zone too. Like, I get it. You got shit to do, but if you're in Japan and I got to wake up at 2 in the morning.
If he's in Hawaii, and I'm not starting at 11 o'clock at night.
Fuck that shit.
So Dwayne, if we can make it work, we'll do it for you.
Reach out. Just reach out. That's all we can ask.
Anyways, Dave, it's been a long one. Let's get to your part of the night. I love it. Like we've done a certain couple things over the years, over the weeks, over the months, and what we've been doing. But I would love to hear either would you rather or what else you got going. That was the visit, party, vacation. I think it's called.
Well, for tonight, in honor of opening day, in honor of a Yankees fan, I have a visit, party, vacation. And what I'm going to use for this are 3 names of Yankee managers past.
All right.
Visit. What is it? Sorry.
Visit, party, vacation.
Visit, party, vacation.
It's your segment, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I had to put you on mute because I had a coughing fit there.
Popcorn and beer happens every time.
That's exactly what it is. I inhaled some popcorn husks, but nonetheless, visit, party, vacation. Yankees managers: Billy Martin, Joe Torre, and Buck Showalter. Visit, party, vacation.
Fuck. Like Billy Martin's got a fucking shady past. Like he got in some trouble and he had a good time. He played with Mantle and everything else.
Yeah, the shit I read about him and Mickey Mantle back in the day.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. And depending if I was 30, like we're talking right now, if they were alive, Brent, 49 years old, right now, what I want to do when these guys were in their prime, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I would love. Well, I won't go visit in order. I would love a vacation with Joe Torre because he seems pretty slick. He seems pretty cool. He walks when he used to walk out to the mound to pull out whoever it might have been and put Mariano in and say the game's over and just his strut and his stroll. I would love to go on a vacation with Joe Torre, and then because I think he's a solid dude. He just his demeanor was great, so I would vacation with Torre because I wouldn't want to. It wouldn't be a daunting task to talk to the guy. I would visit. Fuck, this is tough. This gets really tough because I don't need the shenanigans at the age of 49 that Billy Martin had back then when he was a player.
Holy Christ. Could you imagine that guy in the 60s? Brother? So he partied his fucking ass off before he was a manager.
So when he was a manager, let's do a manager time.
Right. And that's what it's about. It's the managers of the Yankees.
So he was getting fired every 2 years and getting rehired by Steinbrenner. So fuck. So partying with him would be a lot of laughs, but you might get tired of the story. But fucking Showalter is such a drag. He's a drag, man. Like I'm the smartest guy in the room all the time. This is tough, Dave. Jesus, good question. Is the party just one night? One night.
Dinner party. Right, so dinner is just like sitting with your family, just like visiting. I think you're done once, like we did at Miro's as a group. That's dinner. Party is till when you're.
I visit Showalter because he's a drag. It's all about him. I party with fucking Martin because he's fuck. The stories would be great for one night. Like, holy Christ. And he would talk our ear off, and me and you both talk a lot. So visit Showalter, he's a drag, party with Martin because it's one night only, and vacation with Joe Torre.
I agree with you on Joe Torre 100%, but I would switch those two up because I wouldn't want to party with a partier like Billy Martin. That fucker drank. He got down, and back in the day when you and I were on our mother's seat, he was doing that kind of fucking shit, and then I don't think I could keep up with him, and B, I don't know if I'm looking for the same kind of fun as him, and so I would like to have dinner with Billy
for the stories.
For the stories, yes. While he's still
hours, like we did more.
Yes, when he still has his shoes on, right? Like
he goes, "Oh, fuck it."
Yeah. Oh, you should have talked about that. And, and maybe we might buy an extra bottle of wine, and he goes out. Buck Showalter, I don't like that fucker at all. I think he's the most. I don't understand how that guy keeps getting fucking jobs. He's never won fucking anything. And so I'll party with him because you know why? I'm going to be home in bed at 11:30.
Actually, you know what? Showalter might be fun to party with because just hear me out.
No, I am listening to you. I'm curious as to what's coming.
After a few beers at fucking wherever, he might loosen up a little bit and start telling some stories that we've never heard. We've all heard fucking Billy Martin stories.
Yes.
Yeah, Steinbrenner fired you. Yeah, I get it. Fuck, whatever. I get it. I get it. But with Showalter's closed lips to the public, if we're sitting around at fucking wherever here in Lethbridge, Alberta, and Showalter, because he was actually here in Lethbridge in 1997 with the Blood for Black Diamonds, another story for another day. But he might be a lot of fun because once he got a few beers and loosened up a little bit, he might tell you some stories that no one's ever heard before. So yeah, so actually Showalter might be a party time. And all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and you don't know the time went. Like he's telling you stories, you're drinking beers, and all of a sudden there's fucking 20 people around you. That might be a better situation.
That might be the party guy. Yes, you're actually right. You put a little bit of alcoholic truth serum in him.
A drunk man's words or a sober man's thoughts.
In vino veritas, in wine there is truth.
I would go visit. Now we talk about it. I would go visit Martin because he's gonna be too much. Party with Showalter.
There ain't no way I'm taking Billy Martin on vacation.
I ain't taking Billy Martin on the Love Boat. No way.
There has to be a definitive end to that visit.
Yeah. And no matter what, Joe Torre class through and through, me and him are gonna sit on the boat and on the Lido deck and having a good time.
So what if I would have replaced Buck Showalter with Lou Piniella?
He's a lot too.
I don't like Lou Piniella.
I think Piniella would be like me and you. We like to talk about ourselves a lot.
Is Lou Piniella?
I don't think Lou would let me and you talk enough.
So, is Lou Piniella the John Tortorella of baseball?
Yeah. He's there for a reason. Get rid of him. There for a reason.
Pretty much the same, right?
Reason, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Straighten things out and see you later.
Yeah, I get it. I hear what you're saying.
That was good. I like that one. That was good.
Yeah, well, it was opening day, and I know you're Yankees, and you're welcome for me jinxing the Yankees.
We have a chance. We have a chance to win 162.
Because if you didn't win today, there was no chance.
There's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams who have zero chance of winning 162, but the Yankees are one of those teams.
You ready for a music question of the night?
I love music questions. I like how this is turning out, Dave. This is I like how you've taken over the end of the show because I'm usually half snapped and.
Well, well, we just do what we do. But I like once again,
entertainment personified.
I am so thankful to our sound guy Jim, who just fucking nails it and just keeps fucking punching and killing it.
One of these days, I'll listen to this damn show and I'll let you know my thoughts. But whatever.
We got two groups. I'm going to do it this way. It's kind of a would you rather. It's the Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil, or Stone Temple Pilots, Plush.
Anything that was produced in the mid 80s after the demise of hair metal, in my opinion, this is my opinion, any of the grunge, it can all fuck off. I don't care who you put that up against. All of that stuff can fuck off and stay fucked off. I will take the Rolling Stones, and I would take the Stones over this one no matter what, any day. But anything of that era with the Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana, I kind of like. I like Eddie Vedder. I don't like Pearl Jam. All of that can fuck right off, and that's just me, and that's just a personal thing because it took. I'm not saying the music is bad. I'm just saying that it took away from the nothing but a good time, the hair metal and the stuff and the things and it was such a short-lived thing that got way too much life, in my opinion. It got too much life, that grunge thing, because it went away because it sucked. Things, you know why things go away, Dave? Because they suck, and that's what all that shit did. It sucked.
Well, it didn't go away because it sucked. It went away because it was just like
sucked.
the next thing.
You know what? You know what doesn't go away? Things that don't suck.
But just because the Stones were there earlier, like first, right, doesn't mean they're good. I get it. Like, yeah, Sympathy for the Devil is a really good fucking tune, but Plush from Stone Temple Pilots is a fucking killer fucking tune. Do you know what song I'm talking about? And I feel it.
Hate it.
Hate it? You hate it.
I hate it.
Oh, really? I fucking love it. I have yelled it. I have two different versions. I have the fucking
I've never been
thing. Oh, Christ. Well,
and that's more of a me thing, Dave. That's more of a me thing where I
understand.
I got a grudge. I got a grudge on for that grunge shit, and it came out. I was like, no, fuck off.
Oh well, I think we'll let Jim, the sound guy, break the tie here because you and I are completely. I would rather hear Plush way like 100 times before I hear. I'd rather listen to Plush 90 times before I listen to Sympathy for the Devil 10 times.
I'd rather listen to Nothing But a Good Time by Poison than either, but whatever, one of those things.
See, and that's the thing, because I'm not a Poison guy. I'm not a hair metal. No, but I'm not a hair metal guy.
I'm a hair metal guy. I loved it.
You love the hair metal.
And I still play like when me and Deanne get down here at 18 Squamish Court and Lethbridge, Alberta, like fuck, I love it. I put it to fucking 14. I love it. Like the songs and the fun and the whatever.
I have no hair metal.
Turn your brain off and just fucking sing as loud as you can.
You're not going to take it.
Well, I don't play that one very much, but more the late 80s, early 90s stuff, right? Like Dee Schneider's not getting the airwaves here at fucking.
And I have a grind. I don't like Poison. I understand Poison. Motley Crue has like 4 or 5 kick-assers. But like Cinderella and whatever those.
Oh no, Slaughter's got a couple good ones, man.
Slaughter can fuck right off. Actually, you know what? Cherry Pie?
Actually, you know what? No, that's Warrant.
Same.
We'll have you and Kaylee over here very soon. Here, once the snow melts, everything else, we'll put on some of those tunes, and I guarantee you, your better half is tapping her toe because she's a couple years younger, and she'll remember some of these songs, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that one's good. That one's good. I guarantee it."
Well, I don't think you're right because I was there, right? And when I look at my, I have more country songs. I have more Johnny Cash songs. I have more Kenny Rogers songs. I have more Oak Ridge Boys songs than I have any fucking hair metal. Like, fuck, like I can't stand. I'm not going to say I can't stand. There is a couple there, like, as I look back. But, like, I don't like fucking Poison. I don't fucking like Warrant. I don't like...
It's not about... Dave, it's not a matter about liking them. It's about how it makes you feel. How your toe taps, how your heart rate goes up, how your just adrenaline goes. This is great. It's fun.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
Give me your playlist.
It ain't about what your thought process was going on when you were doing it. It's about how your heart feels at that time, and that's what it's all about.
You're not going to like what I want to hear. But you know what? I'll feel it.
No.
And she feels it.
No.
When the dogs began to smell her. I don't know what that means.
You know,
I love yelling it. I honestly love yelling it.
We gotta end this soon because we're fucking 19 hours into this thing. But what's funny is the day the music died was when Richie Valens, the Big Bopper, and
Buddy Holly
passed away in that plane crash. But to me, the day the music died, I remember it vividly. In January 1992, I was at Notre Dame in Saskatchewan, and a bunch of kids from Victoria came back to school at that time, and I was there over New Year's. I was playing hockey still and they played Nirvana. That is when music died to me. It changed. Like, when Nirvana came out, I was like, "This isn't right," because it went from one extreme to the other.
I didn't care for Nirvana, but I loved Pearl Jam.
But then it was like January 3rd or 4th, the first in 1992, the day that I first heard
when
Nirvana.
That smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, man. I don't know some of the words of that song. That song's 32 years old. I still know the words. I've heard it 10,000 times.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, I was never so this
I like Dave Grohl now. I think Dave Grohl's fantastic.
Yeah, like
I think he's a solid dude.
Oh yeah, like, he's totally a solid dude, and like in that band, like the Foo Fighters are a force for good. Actually, I think that. Like I think we should have an episode where Dave Grohl and The Rock come on our show. That might be pretty good. Well, so
we can fit him in.
Well, yes, does one sit on a couch and they can sit in with the second episode, or how do we do that? I'm just worried. I'm worried that one of them are going to feel a little bit left out. Like, that's the only thing I worry about.
So Dave Grohl and The Rock, we'll fit him into our schedule here at the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. For Beer Sports Talk and a whole lot more. As always, we're brought to you by SeatGeek.com and SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today. Save yourself $20 on your first purchase. Yeah, that's it. Do you remember?
Hey, did you buy your jerky?
No, I got
you donkey. I'll text you from down there, and like I don't know how long the in-laws are going to be there.
They might sell in a store down there. I saw some retail markets.
Okay, I'll check around and see if you wanna, whatever. But anyways, that righteous fella jerky, I said, like, find your flavor. The consistency is tits. Tits is good. I don't even know if I ever used that. I'm gonna fucking take that out of my lingo now too. Tits equals good.
Take care of each other. More importantly, take care of yourself year round. Keep your stick on the ice. And what else, David?
Jim, do not swing on high pitches. You're the tiebreaker. And I feel it.
I'm thinking he's going to be on your side, not mine.
And I feel it.
I hate that. I
love it. Fucking, I love that fucking tune. I love that fucking tune.
Scott, what was his name?
Scott. That's Scott Whelan.
Yeah. Is he dead yet?
Oh, he's been dead for some time now.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, he's dead. Like, yeah, he had a problem with the heroin, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Who
whatever.
hasn't, really?
Well, B.
Oh, me too.
And I feel it. When the dog
24 Bar podcast. We're talking a whole lot more.